Hello, traders. Today is Wednesday. It is July 23rd. So, how is everybody doing today? How you hope to hear? I hope to hear that everybody's doing fairly good. Oh, nice, Loon. You've been following along with some of my trades. Had a couple pretty good trades today. I was long the EU before the Trump news came out, and I got out because it looked like it was going back down at break even. But the pound Aussie I'm long on, and that's doing okay. Looks like it possibly could pull back, but we'll see what happens. I am targeting at least a 61% on that trade, so could possibly be a pretty decent trade for sure. Now, I do share every single trade I take with the members at the time of entry, as you can see, and this is the chats right here. And I also, show all my previous day's trades. Yesterday I made about a half a percent. I really only risk about 0.1% per trade because I'm trading about $180,000. So I don't really need to risk 1%. I'd much rather just risk, a couple $100 per trade instead of a couple $1,000 per trade and just, play it safe. So, anyways, I haven't done a live stream in a while because I kind of been going back and forth about whether or not it's worth it. The people that do come to these live streams really like them and they have been wanting them back. So I figured we could do one live stream per week because I do a live stream every Tuesday evening at 5 p.m. London time for my premium members. And I also do a live stream every Friday at 1 p.m. for my members. So, yeah, anyways, I do three live streams a week if I do a YouTube live stream, which isn't too bad. If anybody is interested, my website's right here. You can find out way more information about my membership. There's a little video right here you can watch if you want to learn more about that. It's right here. Definitely check that out. The link for that is in the chat and in the description. But the major reason to do these live streams is to kind of interact with other people on YouTube and stuff and kind of interact with my audience and take requests. I'll look at basically anything. I can look at crypto, I can look at stock markets, indices, any forex pairs, pretty much anything. I do think that the strategy we use, which is primarily Elliott Wave, with just basic price action and structure analysis, works on basically everything and basically all time frames, so it doesn't really matter. So if there is something that you would like me to look at, definitely put it in the chats on YouTube. I would be more than happy to look at it. Now, as far as my free Discord channel is concerned, I've been having a major issues with scammers. So I'm probably gonna get rid of the free channel, and I'm only gonna have the members channel. Unfortunately, the scammers are ruining it for everybody, unfortunately. So, not really a whole lot we can do about those stupid scammers. They're on pretty much every single platform. But they're not in the members area, at least not yet. So, I'm going to probably keep that for now. So, anyways, I just want to start off on the US dollar and then we'll start taking requests. The US dollar for me literally tells me what to do on all six of these US dollar pairs. I do not include gold in that list because gold does whatever gold wants to do. And I don't really include the US dollar yen in that list either because the US dollar yen is kind of more of a yen pair. Obviously, right now it's moving because of the dollar, but it often moves because of the yen also. Risk on, risk off currency. So, anyways, I don't analyze the DXY. Everybody always asks me why I don't analyze the DXY. It's because the DXY is literally exactly the same thing as the euro dollar, but in reverse. I analyze the US dollar FXCM index because it is equally weighted between six of the dollar pairs. So the fact that it's equally weighted gives us a way better look at what the actual dollar itself is doing instead of what the euro dollar is doing in reverse, which is exactly what you get out of the DXY when you look at that. So I think that this is actually an extremely clear pattern. Anybody that is a little bit new to Elliott Wave should really take note of this pattern because with the running flats and the expanding flats are all over the charts. We have a one wave up, three waves down, so A, B, and then we have another wave up for an A, B, C of A. And then we have one, two, three, four, five down, one, two, three up, one, two, three, four, five down. So that's a 3-5-3, 5-3-5 pattern in the middle for the wave B. Notice the wave B made a lower high compared to this. That's why it's a flat. and then there was three waves up, five waves, three waves up, three waves down. Then we had five waves up, one, two, three, four, five waves up. Lower high wave C is why it's a running flat. It's a running flat because it made a lower high compared to the wave A. A lot of times you get expanding flats, and expanding flats will make a higher high than the wave A, like this. But when we saw that dramatic turn about 3 days ago or whatever it was, we could tell that the wave C was over, and now we've been looking for shorts on the U.S. dollar in pairs themselves ever since. So because of the U.S. dollar analysis, I am able to know what to do on the euro dollar, the pound dollar, the Aussie dollar, the Kiwi dollar, also the dollar CAD and the dollar Swiss. And the dollar yen to an extent, like I said, I kind of treat the yen dollar yen as more of a yen pair than a dollar pair. So because I think the US dollar index is going down and it ended a correction, and what happens at the end of a correction is it should go down and make a new low, I literally know that I should be looking for logs on the euro dollar, the pound dollar, the Aussie dollar, the Kiwi dollar. I should also be looking for shorts on the dollar CAD and the dollar Swiss today. So honestly, I think it makes things very, very simple because just with analyzing this one pair, I literally know what to do on every single one of these other pairs. Now I can analyze this separately, but I don't really think it's all that necessary. What would I be doing on this pair? I would be looking for logs. If you watched my video this morning, what did I say? I said I was waiting for a Fibonacci bounce. I did go long on the euro dollar right there, but I got out pretty much right there with pretty much break even before the move up because it was quite a bit of volatility in the market a little while ago. So I wanted to get out. I didn't want it to turn into a losing trade. In hindsight, obviously, it would have been better off just to hold on, but yeah, stuff like that happens sometimes. Now, the reason why the euro dollar just took off just recently, it had a little bit of volatility up and down. As you can see on the sort of time phase, it was up and down and all around. I ended up getting in someplace around here and getting out someplace around here, so not really much going on there. But we just had Trump talking about that Europe and the U.S. are likely going to agree on a 15% tariff, which is good news, I guess, because they're finally going to come up to some sort of an agreement. So that potentially is definitely going to be good news, I think. So, anyways, let's see here. Top fans. Oh, Skywick's my top fan. Nice, nice to see you, Skywick. Been a while. Hope you're doing really good. So, anyways, I mean, I definitely would be looking for longs on the euro dollar. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long right now. I would be trying to go long at the end of this 1, 2, 3 way pullback and Fibonacci bounce we had today, like I did. I would have been trying to go long at the 3 way pullback yesterday with the Fibonacci bounce that we had. I would have been trying to go long at the 3 way pullback we had Monday, except for this was in the Asian session. 3 way pullback Fibonacci retracement bounce. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long right now, that's for sure. No, thanks a lot, Skywick. Hopefully, you're doing fairly good. You mostly trade the Aussie dollar, it seems like. So yeah, I'll look at that one next. Yeah, that one might have been first, anyways. SPY, yeah, S&P 500, no problem. So, I mean, I definitely would be looking for longs on the euro dollar. I think we're approaching an area of resistance on the US dollar, the euro dollar. We have our Fibonacci on the daily time frame from here to here. The 78% is going to be an area of resistance. I would imagine to see some kind of a bounce there. Definitely doesn't mean I'm going to go short, but it definitely means that if there is a bounce and it makes a 3 way pullback, maybe tomorrow, there's going to be another opportunity to go long again for me. So that's potentially going to be some really good news, in my opinion, at least. So, anyways, let's look at the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar has been a very, very tough pair, in my opinion. And the reason why is it literally made this one giant impulsive move up way back here, which actually happened in April. And ever since then, it's been one giant corrective overlapping. I mean, look how overlapping these waves are. Honestly, it's kind of a pain in the butt right now. Now, I have two possibilities on the Aussie dollar, and you kind of got to go to the weekly time frame to see them. Possibility number one, which is always has been my main analysis literally all year long, is that This is the end of a wave X, and we are going to continue to go up. We're going to go up. We're going to take out this high. We're going to probably make a pullback after that. Would be like a 1-2, and then we're going to keep on going up because that's what happens when you have the end of a crescent, whether you're looking at an ABC or an X or whatever you're looking at. In this case, we're looking at the end of an X, not the end of an ABC. So that's my first analysis. If we go down to the 4 hour time frame, that would leave this wave 5 right here, a wave 1, and then this big mess right here is a WXY of 2, and this potentially is a wave 1, this potentially is a wave 2 of 3, so a 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and this thing is just going to keep on going up for a wave 3 of wave 3. That has been my main analysis pretty much all year long, ever since this, well, not all year, but ever since April. That has been my analysis, the 1, 2, 3 analysis. Now, I always try to keep in a couple possibilities. You know, you gotta try to keep all possibilities in mind. And if we go back up to the weekly time frame, we definitely could see that this move up could be a pullback to this move down, right? There's no reason to say that this whole move up could not end up making a lower high. And on the weekly time frame, this would be like a swing high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. It could make another lower high. It could go down and take out the lows. So we have two possibilities. One possibility has us going up and up and up for pretty much a whole year or more. The other possibility has us turning down, making new lows. So that definitely is a little bit of a conflict for a lot of us. But it's not really a conflict for me because I will definitely know if this is not a 1, 2, 3. If this is a 1 and this is a 2 and we're now in a wave 3, this thing needs to make high, low, high, low, high, low. Wave 3s are supposed to be the biggest, strongest wave of a trend. So if it does anything besides make high, low, high, low, high, low, then we know that it's not a wave 3 on the 4 hour to daily time frame range. If it goes down and starts breaking structure to the downside again, especially now that we got a new swing in, then that is likely going to tell me that this is not a wave 3, but it's a wave C. And if it's a wave C, then it will start a brand new downtrend. So we do have a couple possibilities on the Aussie dollar, but luckily, both possibilities have us looking for long still. We just broke the highs. Obviously, we just broke this high right here, and obviously that's probably going to be an area of resistance, probably going to cause some sort of a pullback. It really looks like a 1, 2, 3 on like the 4 hour time frame. So even if it does start a pullback, it's probably just going to be a wave 4, probably going to go up again for a wave 5. And if this is really a wave 3 on like the daily, weekly time frame, it will potentially not even be a wave 5, but it will just keep on making higher highs and higher lows. So we definitely have a couple possibilities here. Either possibility, I would definitely be patiently waiting for more pullbacks. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short unless you're like trading like the 1 minute time frame, just trying to scalp a few pips here or there, because it probably, if it is going to make a wave forward, it probably will go down a little bit, make more of a proper ABC, and then potentially go up later on. So unless you're trading like the 1 minute time frame, I would definitely be doing nothing but looking for longs on that 100%. I'll look at the pound yen for you, and I'll definitely look at gold, not a problem. But Chopa is asked for the S&P 500, the SPY, so we'll do that next. And this thing, it just keeps on going, huh? If you've been watching any of my recent videos, which I do a video on this twice a week on, I believe, Mondays and Thursdays, I've been saying that it's probably going to hit this 161.8 because that's the target for a wave 3. And it looks like we're in a wave 3 right now. So I think it's going to go up to about $6,440 roughly. So if you've been watching my videos ever since this thing turned up way down here, I've been telling everybody longs, 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 longs. If you've been watching my videos, you've probably been making some really, really good trades on this. So definitely make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on my twice a week video on the S&P 500. So what would I be doing right now? Oh my God, look at that. That is a beautiful trade right there. I honestly don't trade the indices. I have traded the indices before, especially the Dow Jones. I honestly don't trade this very often, but look at that beautiful entry right there. Oh, when I see something like this, I just have to stop and appreciate it. Impulsive down, 1, 2, 3 waves up, impulsive down. I guarantee if you had a Fibonacci retracement on there, that's a perfect Fibonacci bounce. Then nice and impulsive moves to the upside. That is a beautiful ABC correction right there. That right there is a thing of beauty. Did that happen today or was it in the Asian session or what? Yeah, that happened today. No, it happened yesterday. So yeah, the entry for this was actually yesterday, in my opinion. If you had gone down to like the 30-minute time frame or the 15-minute time frame, there was another one, two, three-way pullback right there. There was a one, two, three-way pullback right there. And maybe on an even shorter time frame, you could have got some more, but there was a little one, two, three-way pullback right there. So I would definitely still be looking for longs, 100%. I wouldn't be trying to go long at the at the top of a move, but I definitely would be looking for longs on pullbacks, 100%. And I think there's a good chance that this is a fifth wave extension. You have a wave one, you have a wave two, you have a wave three, you have a wave four. Now we're in a fifth wave extension. So this is a one of five, two of five, three of five, probably 161.8, four of five, and five of five. I honestly do not think that the S&P 500 is even close to ending this move up. And it's just kind of funny to me because everybody has been talking for a long time about how the stock market's going to go down because of all the stuff that Trump is doing. And the stock market just keeps on going up and up and up and up. So that's why being a contrarian in trading is kind of a good thing. And that's why I also do pay attention to trader sentiment. And I post every day, twice a day, I post a trader sentiment in my members area. This is the members area right here. This is for members only. It's only $30 a month if anybody's interested, but you get all these channels right here. Twice a day, I post the sentiment for all these pairs. And if the market is really short, I want to be looking for longs. If the market is really long, I want to be looking for shorts. Like right here, the US dollar CAD is extremely long right now. I guarantee that the market's probably going to keep pushing down, at least for now. You know, same thing here. The Kiwi dollar, very long. Uh, I bet it's going to keep going short. So I like to kind of do with the opposite. This is retail right here too, obviously. This is retail sentiment from a broker. So that's very helpful sometimes because if you think you're thinking about going short, and then you look and like 80% of retail traders are short, and we know that roughly 90% of retail traders don't make money on a regular basis, and 80% of those traders are short, then you probably don't want to look for shorts, do you? You probably want to look for logs, in my opinion. So I think that paying attention to that, especially if you're a day trader, is very important for sure, 100%. So yeah, let's look at the pound yen. Ooh, that I almost went short on the pound yen today, but I didn't take it. It would, in hindsight, it would have been a pretty decent short though. This is where I was looking for it, right around here. I mean, it would have been a decent short, but I probably would have tried to hold on for the lows, and then I probably would have gave some of it back. You know, got in here, probably got out there, but it still would have been a pretty decent short, definitely. So the thing on the yen pairs is, I do think at some point we're going to make a dramatic turn to the downside, but we're not at a Fibonacci retracement level on the weekly time frame. This is the weekly Fibonacci right here from here to here. This looks to me like a WXY, and we're not even at a Fibonacci level right now. Now that doesn't mean that we potentially couldn't go down a lot. You know, it could go down several hundred pips and still be in an uptrend on the weekly time frame. That just means that more than likely this big wave C that I've been waiting for is not going to happen until we do hit a Fibonacci level. Most turns in the market do happen at Fibonacci levels, whether it's a Fibonacci extension level or a Fibonacci retracement level. Um, I always say Elliott Wave is one of my top tools, but honestly, Fibonacci is actually something I probably rely on more than Elliott Wave because Elliott Wave is very discretionary. And Fibonacci levels are not discretionary. You know, you put your Fibonacci from the high to the low, and there's no discretion about that, is there? So the pound yen has been very choppy. And I have my Fibonacci retracement on here because if you make a fib bounce and then a golfing move up, it's probably going to keep on going. If it doesn't make an engulfing move up, then it could make a much bigger pullback. But technically, it is kind of down on the daily because we do have engulfing down. But the fact that since it made an engulfing down, the fact that it's been so overlapping makes me really think that it is going to bounce off one of these fib levels, and it probably is very, very, very likely going to end up continuing the higher time frame trend, in my opinion. Definitely seems like it's going to. It might be trying to do it today, honestly. I think we need to see a break of structure to really confirm it. Until it breaks this structure right here, if it breaks that high, I would start looking for longs on pullbacks. If it doesn't break that high, then I would continue to look for shorts every single chance I got. This was actually a pretty decent little three-way pullback today. And in hindsight, it didn't make a new low like you would hope it to, but it definitely wasn't a bad trade. Definitely not. Trading with the daily time frame market flow, in my opinion, is definitely the way to go. On the 1 hour, 30-minute time frame. If the daily is down, what do I want to do? I want to go sort here. I want to go sort here. I want to go sort there. I want to go sort, everywhere. I want to go sort there, there. Maybe even go sort there. In hindsight, maybe break even or even a small loss. I definitely don't want to take the longs. I want to trade with the higher time frame momentum, which in this case, it's still definitely down. So yeah, let me look at gold and then I'll look at the pound dollar, which is ooh wow, gold. Oh man, gold's making its turn, isn't it? Shit. Jesus. Wow, look at gold go, and that is dramatic turn. Ooh, holy crap. What's going on with gold right now? Wow. Huh. That looks like the end of a wave B right there to me. Gold is normally not my favorite pair. It's normally not a pair that I trade, but boy, that potentially could be a pretty good opportunity if it does what it looks like it wants to do. Give me a minute here. I might have to trade gold. I am a swing trader too, by the way. I do day trade the euro dollar sometimes, and maybe you could call it scalping, but I prefer to hold on to my trades for 2 to 3 days. I really do not like to day trade or swing trade. I do not like to scalp at all, and I definitely do not like to day trade very much. I much, much, much prefer to swing trade. It's way, way, way less stressful, and it's way, way, way easier. And to be honest with you, I personally make a lot more money when I am swing trading than I do when I'm day trading, 100%. At least for me. Everybody is kind of different though when it comes to this type of stuff, you know. I mean, no one person is ever going to be the same. Let's see. I might have gone a little too far for me to want to get in now, honestly. Hmm. Oh, that's why. Three stop loss. Where the heck went there? Phew. I might have to try it. Gold is that, like I said, gold's definitely not the pair I prefer to trade more often than not, but it's looking fairly good. And I do share every single trade I take with my members at the exact time of entry, so anybody that's in my members area is going to see my stop loss, where I entered, where I put my take profits, when I get out of a trade, when I enter a trade. They are going to see it all. And it is only $30 a month. It's more about the community to me. I definitely don't really like to call myself a signal provider because nobody's really ever going to make a living off trading following somebody else's trades. You could potentially start making money by following some of my trades and then learn how to trade yourself. And then when you learn to trade yourself, then you could potentially start, taking your own entries. Give me just a second. I'm entering a couple trades. Gonna try it out. All right. Hmm. Let's see here. All right. We'll see. I always enter really small, especially when I'm trading gold. Like I always say, gold is definitely not the pair I normally prefer to trade. A lot of people absolutely love gold, and I'm definitely, honestly, not one of them. No, I haven't looked at the dollar yen yet. I got kind of distracted by gold because it looks like it could be turning. Yeah. So let's see. We'll see what happens. Looks like it could be starting a wave C. I don't know. We'll see. We obviously need to see a break of structure to truly believe it. This break of structure right here will definitely help. If it breaks that structure with momentum, then it probably is the end of a. It probably is the end of a wave C of B. I wonder what's causing that. It must be Trump causing that. All the talk about tariffs and stuff today. Like I said, I need to see it break structure. If it breaks structure today, then I'll hold on to this trade for 2 weeks if I got to, maybe 3 weeks. If it doesn't break structure, but instead rejects structure and starts pushing up really hard, I may just get out because it could possibly go up and take out the previous highs for sure. Yeah, they had a deal with Europe and the U.S. Working out a deal potentially for 15% tariffs, and that just happened right before the meeting started, right before this live stream started. That news came out, and that's why the euro dollar jumped up like it did. I already covered the euro dollar, but I would keep an eye on this structure. Like I said, if it breaks and holds below structure, it's likely the end of a wave B. If it doesn't break and hold below structure, it's likely not the end of a wave B. So just gotta kind of be patient, kind of relax on that. So, anyways, let's see here. Pound dollar. Check out the pound dollar. To be honest with you, the pound dollar I was thinking was going to be a wave B or a wave two. It kind of looks like it potentially could be a wave two, doesn't it? Go to the 4 hour time frame. I mean, you can't deny this move down looks like a trend. If this move down really is a trend and it just keeps on going up, then you're gonna have to try to be like, okay, where's the correction? It's like, is this the correction right here? Because honestly, the US dollar index looks like it's going down and it looks like it's going to keep going down. So if the US dollar index keeps going down, then this potentially could just keep on going up. So we'll see what that does. I was honestly thinking that this was an A. I was thinking that maybe we're going to start a pullback for a wave B, and I was thinking it was going to go up to maybe the 61% for a wave C, and then this was an A or a 1. Kind of looks like it could even be a wave 1, and then this ABC we're currently in is either a wave B or a wave 2. Now, I always label things in like this because how do you trade a wave A or wave one? You look for sorts of sort of time frame, so it doesn't matter if it's an A or one. How do you trade a wave B or wave two? You look for logs on sort of time frame, so it doesn't matter if it's a wave B or wave two. When it ends a correction, it's either a wave three or a wave C. How do you trade a wave three? You look for sorts. How do you trade a wave C? You look for sorts. The only difference is the wave C will break structure to the upside, and a wave three will likely continue to make lower lows, lower highs. So I guess right now we should be trying to figure out when this first pullback is over. This first trend is over, that is. So if this goes down and gives me a break of structure, then that would be the completion of an A or maybe a 1. If it doesn't go down and break structure, there's nothing stopping it from going up. I mean, it doesn't have to do that. A lot of people will watch my video and I'll say, if it does this, that means that A is over, and then they go short. Yeah, well, I'm not sorting it. I'm saying that if it does do that, that most likely would be the end of a wave A. Then I might go short here after a pullback for the wave C of B, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna go short without any confirmation to go short. So it could go down and it could break structure, and if it does, it would turn me into a seller. Or it could just keep on going up like this. Guess what I'm doing? I'm definitely doing nothing but looking for longs. I'm definitely 100% looking for longs. Well, how would I be looking to go long? I'd be looking to go long on 1, 2, 3 way pullbacks, 1, 2, 3 way pullbacks, 1, 2, 3 way pullbacks, 1, 2, 3 way pullbacks. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long right now, and I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short without seeing some kind of a break of structure down on at least the 1 hour time frame and up. So I am definitely still bullish for now, 100%. So let's see here. What do we got for requests coming in? Let's see, it's been about 30 minutes. I'll stay on for about 45 minutes to an hour, and I'll do this live stream once a week. On Wednesdays, we're going to do this live stream at 5 p.m. UK time or at noon Eastern Standard Time, which is New York time. We don't really have much news today, but obviously the market doesn't really care about the news. It cares more about the tariffs and stuff like that. It cares more about Trump right now. But tomorrow we got all this PMI news, and tomorrow we got the European interest rate news, which they plan on not lowering interest rates. So probably tomorrow this PMI news is going to be a pretty big deal. And then tomorrow evening in the Asian session, we got inflation data, CPI data coming out for the yen for Japan. So the yen pairs could possibly make a big move Thursday night, Friday morning, depending on where you live, I guess. I don't know if the honestly, I don't really think the yen dollar is going to push up too much more. It might push up to the 78%, but I would expect to see a pullback at some point. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long now, that's for sure. So yeah, I would definitely continue to look for longs on the pound dollar, US dollar yen. That was actually one of the best trades I've had this week was the dollar yen so far, which you can see. Like I said, I share every single trade I take with my numbers at the exact time of entry. And I entered the dollar yen twice this week. I made 221 pips on my first entry. And then my second entry, I made 147 pips on my second entry. So the US dollar yen gave me almost 400 pips this week so far. So pretty sweet trades. Definitely. US dollar yen has been awesome this week, in my opinion. I think there's a good chance that the wave C is over. But the reason why I say good chance is because I don't know that it's over yet. I think what makes me a fairly good analyst and a fairly good trader is that I don't judge the market. I don't be like, oh, this wave C has got to be over. It's got to do this. I don't think it has to do anything. The market does whatever the heck the market wants to do. I think this wave C potentially is over. If that wave C really is over, it needs to take out this low right here. If it does not take out that low, then potentially the wave C is not over and potentially it could go up again. So I think the wave C is over. I think that it could go down to take out this low, but is it going to? I have no idea. I think it's going to, but I do not force my analysis on the market. I think that's the big mistake that a lot of people make is they constantly force their analysis. They're like, oh, the US dollar yen has to do this, the US dollar yen has to do that. The dollar yen can do whatever the heck it wants to, just like every single other pair out there. So I think there's a good chance it could go down and take out structure. If it doesn't go down and take out structure, then we have to be aware that it could go up again. On the 1 hour time frame, if it goes up and takes out this high because now this is a new low, then that probably would turn me back into a buyer. And then I would hopefully be learning and earning at the same time, whether like after the break of structure, I would be looking for longs probably here. Then I would learn whether it did this and went up and made a new high while I was making money, learning and earning, or I would learn whether it did this, which is an ABC, break structure to the downside, exit my long and go short again because that proves to me that it's a wave C. So I really prefer to take it one step at a time. I would definitely not even think about going long unless it broke structure. And I wouldn't go long on the break of structure. I would patiently wait for a break of structure, then I would patiently wait for a pullback, and then I would go long there. Otherwise, if it does something like this, three waves up, lower high, I would go short again. I would definitely continue to go short until the market tells me otherwise. Which it definitely has not told us otherwise, that's for sure. So let's see here. Let's see. Not gold. Yeah, that's what I got on gold too. It's looking pretty good. Looks like a big old WXY. So if anybody has any requests, put them in the chats. I'll be more than happy to look at basically anything anybody wants. A lot of people in my group were talking about crypto earlier. I'm not sure if they're in in the live stream right now, but if somebody wants me to look at some crypto, I'll be more than happy to do it. They were talking about Ethereum and a couple other ones, Bitcoin. I only trade forex. I only trade these pairs right here. From time to time, I'll take an entry on the indices, but I don't trade crypto, at least not yet. I think that potentially within the next year or two, I think we're all going to have to be trading crypto because the European Union said that most likely early next year they're going to be implementing the CBDC, central bank European digital currency. And if Europe is going to do it, you better believe that the UK is going to do it, and you better believe that the US is going to do it also. So at some point, we're probably not going to be trading the euro dollar. We're going to be trading the digital euro dollar, the digital euro versus the digital dollar, the digital pound versus the digital dollar. It's not going to be like the euro dollar like it is today, probably. So we might be in for some pretty dramatic changes over the next couple of years, to be honest with you. We'll see. So, anyways, let's see here. Does anybody have any more requests? I got the Euro Canadian. I haven't looked at that yet. Hopefully, you're still watching. The market flow is technically still down on this, so I would not be surprised if it made a lower high. But this shape right here really sticks out like a sore thumb to me. It looks like an ABC. It looks like it might just keep going up, to be honest with you. My higher time frame analysis on this is extremely bullish. I mean, the weekly time frame is in an uptrend, and I honestly think that it might keep going up for now. Boy, it's hit all these highs. It probably needs a big pullback at some point, doesn't it? Yeah, I can look at the US dollar Canadian, not a problem. No problem whatsoever. I'm gonna try to do these live streams every Wednesday at 5 o'clock East London time. So definitely make sure you stop in. I think as I do them, more people will probably realize that I'm doing them again. Boy, I don't know. I mean, technically the daily's telling me to look for shorts, so if it bounces from a fib level, this could be an ABC and it could possibly go down and give us a break of structure. So I would technically be keeping an eye out for shorts, but boy, this really looks like an ABC right here. So it's kind of a tough one because it definitely looks like a 5-3-5 pattern. I definitely would say that that looks like 5 ways down, that looks like 3 ways up, and this looks like 5 ways down. And we definitely got to break a structure. So, and we just had all this European news just come out about the tariffs. So honestly, it could just keep on going up because of the weekly. The only thing is that we are definitely at an extreme resistance area. I mean, obviously, this is a big resistance area right here, and it hasn't really made a big pullback yet at that area. So we could possibly finally see a big pullback, definitely. Good chance of it, that's for sure. Oops. So I would technically be looking for shorts. When would I go short? I would go short on a Fibonacci bounce. I wouldn't go short right now, but if it went up to the 78%, broke to the downside, that's where I would go short, definitely. I wouldn't just go short right now unless you plan on putting your stop loss way above this high, all the way up at about 1.613 area. Otherwise, I would wait patiently. A lot of patience required in forex trading and all trading, in my opinion, really. US dollar CAD is another one that most likely is not over. I mean, I don't know. I think that it's going to keep going down because of my higher time frames, to be honest with you. The thing is I have this as either a wave A of a WXY, as in like an ABC of Y, or it's a wave one of a 5 wave downtrend, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Where does a wave one normally end, or a wave A normally end? It normally ends right around the break of structure point of the previous move up, which is right here, which is why and it went beyond the 78% Fibonacci retracement, which is why I think that it could go down. I think it could go down to like the 1.34 area. Now that doesn't mean that it might not go up before it goes down on the daily. I mean, this thing could go all the way up like that, and this could be like an A, B, C, and then go down like that, but Boy, the dollar index really makes me think that we should continue to look for shorts, definitely. Hmm. Dollar is definitely moving a little counter trend today, though, isn't it? Kind of makes me wonder if maybe it really is some sort of a running ABC type thing. I mean, I always try to look at both sides of the coin when I'm analyzing the market. I personally think this move up is going to end up being a pullback to the downtrend, but what if this was a wave A, and this was a wave B, and this was a wave C, and it's a higher high wave C that just goes up and takes out this high, and then this is the A, this is a running A, B, C, a B, and then this is the C. Definitely pretty possible. US dollar CAD can be kind of a tough pair. And I think the reason why it's been a kind of a tough pair is because Trump and Canada, the U.S. and Canada have been having a lot of issues working out a tariff deal. So anytime Trump mentions tariffs with Canada, the market usually does a lot of crazy moves because they're not really having very good luck with working out a deal. It's probably gonna, even if it does go down again, it's probably gonna go up at least one more time after a pullback like that. So I mean, you might better get a long right here, and then you might better get a short right there. And if you're long and it ends up doing this, then stay in. No break of structure, no exit, right? So why not just hold and hope? Hold on to that baby. I bet the EU is not going to do too much more today. I think it's kind of losing its momentum, and we are very, very close to the 78%. I think that 78% is going to be an area of resistance, even if it keeps going up. If anybody else has any requests, definitely put them in the chats. Be more than happy to look at them. Definitely check out my website if you are interested. Like I said, it is only $30 a month. I got a video right here on my home screen that you can watch. It's about 8 minute video that tells you everything about it. But it comes with a trading course, which the trading course is right here. It's 34 videos long. Covers all kinds of different topics, including Elliott Wave, risk management, trading psychology, which, by the way, yesterday in my members only meeting, we had a professional NLP psychologist, a licensed NLP practitioner come on, and they did a 1 hour presentation, which is only available to my premium members. And all kinds of pretty good stuff in here. Risk management, Elliott Wave, Fibonacci analysis, market structure, what's the difference between a trend and a correction, which is pretty damn important. But I also do share all my swing trades, all my trades actually get shared with the group at the exact time of entry on Discord. So definitely check that out if you're interested. The link is fxcollector.com. It will be in the chats on YouTube, and it will also be in the description of the live stream. Yeah, I can take a look at Bitcoin. A few people were talking about Bitcoin today. I honestly don't trade crypto, so I don't. I only look at it a couple times a week when I'm making videos. I think we're in a wave four. I think that eventually it is going to pop up some more. I think this is a one. I think this is a two. This is a three. Maybe it is going to go down a little bit more to finish off the four, 50% or something, and then go up for a wave five. So, I mean, overall, there's really no reason to think that this move up is over. Yes, we're at all-time highs, but all-time highs doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean that it's over. There's no break of structure on any time frame to the downside. There's no significant lower high. The question is it going to go down before it goes up? I think it's going to go up, but it looks like three waves down already. One, two, three, four, five, wave A. Looks like one, two, three waves up, wave B. Looks like one, two, three, four, five waves down, wave C. Looks like it did break structure to the upside, ending a wave C. This could be a wave one, wave two, and it could go long for a wave three, in my opinion. But I could also see it turning into like a WXY type thing. Like this would potentially be, and then go down to like the 50%. So the pairs that I trade, I definitely analyze a lot heavier, than I do something like Bitcoin. So, but in my opinion, the best thing to do right now is like roughly on the 1 hour time frame, put your Fibonacci retracement from here to here. if you're trading the 1 hour, that is. If you get a good Fibonacci bounce and a good break, a good engulfing move to the upside on the 1 hour, then there's a good chance it could keep going up. And it definitely has been pretty choppy. You're not wrong about that. But this Fibonacci right here is what I'd be watching. We definitely made a pretty nice engulfing move up. I wouldn't be surprised if it did start to continue up. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I'm not a crypto trader, but I know a lot of people that are crypto traders. And if you do trade cryptocurrency, I would definitely watch this total one, total two, and total three. This is basically an index, just like the US dollar is an index for the US dollar pairs, and the JPY basket is an index for the yen pairs. The cryptocurrency also has an index. So total one is an index, total two. This one's excluding Bitcoin, so total two it doesn't include Bitcoin. Total one does include Bitcoin, and then total three um, excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. But this should give you a really good idea of what cryptocurrency is doing, not just what Bitcoin is doing. Obviously, Bitcoin is kind of the king of crypto, but if you want to know what crypto itself is doing, like if you want to trade some of these other pairs, like maybe looking at this total might be a better choice for us, definitely. Boy, the total's turning down. Look at that. It's actually quite a bit different than Bitcoin. Honestly, that total looks like it's turning. And I would never know that if I was looking at Bitcoin. If I was only looking at Bitcoin, I would never see this because Bitcoin looks a lot different. That actually might be getting ready to start a move down, like a crutch into this whole move up. But then potentially after it does a bigger pullback, then maybe it will keep going up. But boy, if I was looking at Bitcoin all by itself, I would say longs only. But looking at this index, I think that we might be starting a move to the downside, to be honest with you, which could be a crutch into this whole move up right here. Definitely seems like it, doesn't it? Man. So a lot of times I'll go silent for a minute because I'm either trading or I'm putting some stuff in the members chats. Like I said, this is the members chats right here, and I am constantly posting charts in here. Other people are posting their charts in here, and it's just kind of a community of people that really are trying to help each other out. So and then also this is where I post all my swing trades. This is all my trades right here. You can literally go back a couple of months and see all the trades that I've taken over the last couple of months. And then I also have an alerts channel on there, and that alerts are how that's how I look for trades a lot of time. Hey, Philip, how's it going, buddy? Could be ending wave 5. Oh, sort of wave 3. I don't know what time frame you're on. I was thinking that Bitcoin needed to make a wave 5, but honestly, this kind of makes me think that it might be going down already. Even if it does go down, it's probably just gonna be a crutch into the last move up, but on the daily time frame, a correction from here to here could go anywhere between the 38 and 78%. So it could be a really big move down if that's the case. Which honestly could just be another buying opportunity for people that are more investing in this, not trading it. Some pretty strong moves. Oh wow, look at it. This one, XPR. This is the one that some people are talking about today. That's a big move. Wow, pretty impulsive moves on some of these pairs. What's going on with the dollar? Is it holding? Yo, Aussie looks pretty good. I was looking at this Yo Aussie as just being an ABC maybe, but I'll be happy if it's just to take it to the 61%. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it did more like what Philip posted in the group earlier. Maybe went up to these highs right here, and this turns into like a big WXY or something. Which I already have it as a WXY. I have this as the W, this is the X, and this is a Y. So if it really is a WXY, I was actually kind of hoping this was going to turn into a 1, 2, 3 like that. And if it does start to be really impulsive, like a wave three should be, then I might just end up holding, moving my stop loss maybe to the high of this last previous swing. Because that would be a pretty good trade if that was the case, definitely. Anybody got any requests that they would like me to look at before we end? These live streams, I definitely want to keep an hour or under. We had some pretty decent moves today, definitely. There was really no news today at all, but there was definitely some pretty decent moves in the market. Boy, that euro dollar has been kind of a up, down, up, down, up, down mess right there. Kind of glad I got out of it, even though I could have made a little more money, but I'd rather just take the 4 pip loss and be done with that thing for now. We'll put on the 5 minute time frame. I don't want to be on the 5 minute. Ooh, oil is. Yeah, it's not ready. It's not the trade I'm waiting for. Ooh, man, silver turned down pretty hard today, too. I wonder what's going on with it. Gold and silver. Hopefully that's not just a dump and pump down gold. Uh, dump and pump back up. It definitely could be a dump and pump back up. To be honest with you, if gold does not close engulfing down, I'm probably going to close my trade, even if it just goes back to here, just because I do not trust gold. Gold is a pair that I'm not really too fond of. If it closes engulfing down, then I think WXY down, potentially wave four of three, maybe even give us a break of structure. Yeah, it might keep going down. It might get a bigger pullback on crypto, but even if it does, it's probably still going to go up later on. Just how big and how long of a pullback is it going to be? I don't really know. But to be honest, if gold engulfs down, it could go all the way down to these lows, all the way down to about 2,900, 2,950, and then it'll probably go up again. But there's no proof of that whatsoever. I mean, we got one big engulf, we moved one big impulsive move down, but that doesn't really prove nothing to me. I literally entered one of the smallest trades I could, like a point two trade or whatever. If I lose, I lose. If it keeps going down, I'll get in a little bit bigger on the next pullback. Yeah, euro dollar is probably losing steam in my opinion. I was thinking it was going to hit the 78%, but honestly, it might not even do that. It looks like it's losing steam. I do agree that even if the dollar index is going to keep going down, like even if it does keep going down, which it definitely could, this is for sure an important area right here. I mean, look at this is a rally-based rally, and there's just like a big indecision area, and there's a big support area, and it's a 61% fib. So even if the dollar index does keep going down, it's probably going to make a pullback first, like a wave one, wave two, wave three, which is why I didn't want to hold on to my euro dollar long today because I was thinking a bigger pullback was coming. Oh, there you go. Okay, now I see what you're talking about, Phil. Yeah, it definitely could keep going up for sure. Crypto is not my game, but like I said, I think at some point we're probably all gonna have to kind of switch over to crypto a little bit. Someday we're probably all gonna be trading crypto, whether it's government crypto or whether it's like Bitcoin or not. I don't know, but we're probably all gonna be trading it sooner or later. Probably within the next couple of years, honestly. So, anyways, like I said, I'm gonna try to do these live streams once a week on Wednesday, and then I do 2 live streams a week for my members only on Tuesday and Friday. And then besides that, just the normal videos. So make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future live streams. If you are interested in joining my website membership, then definitely check that out. There's a little video right here you can watch to learn more about it. But other than that, that's pretty much it for me. I already looked at the dollar yen. If you want, you can watch my the recording of this and check out my analysis for the dollar yen. But the dollar yen is actually one of the pairs that I make a recap for every evening. So at about what's it, 6 o'clock, in about 2.5 hours, there'll be a video for the US dollar yen out anyways. But overall, I'm very bearish on the dollar yen, but it definitely seems like until we get this break of structure, we really can't say 100% that this wave C is over. I mean, we really can't. I think this break of structure potentially did prove it because it looks like that could be the wave 4, but it's probably more likely this break of structure that's going to prove that the wave C is over. So it could go back up. It definitely could go back up. And we are in the summer months, and the summer months are normally pretty choppy. So, especially July and August are normally very, very choppy months. So don't be surprised if the next month and a half or so are very choppy, very overlapping patterns. So, anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to check out my website. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.